Alright. Let us begin this tier list maker. Alright, let me see how many characters we got just to make sure. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, where the fuck are all the characters at? Yo, it's pretty whack. Where are all the characters? Wait. You watching the stream?
Oh, what? I wasn't even paying attention to you.
You fucking asshole. Pay attention.
Bro, I'm talking to Daisy.
Well, I'm recording it now.
Let me go to it. Hold on.
You watching the stream?
Oh, what? I wasn't even paying attention to you.
You fucking asshole. Pay attention.
Bro, I'm talking to Daisy.
Alright.
Well, I'm recording it now. Let me go to it. Hold on. You watching the stream?
Hey, can you turn down? Because I don't want to hear myself.
Hey, shut the hell your mouth, bitch.
Turn it down, dude.
Okay, fucking, you asked me to do this. Let's
Yeah,
go while we're talking about it.
Well, I'm trying to place shit on shit, but sure thing.
Excuse me?
I'm trying to place, like, the characters in, like, a list.
Yeah, we're doing that right now.
While we're playing Brawl?
Yeah, of course. What? I said 1v1. Nah, fuck it. Brawl. No, you're good. Fuck.
Sir, we're going training?
Go back to Brawl, dude.
Why?
I changed my mind. I want to play Brawl now. Listen, dude, I don't want to pack your ass in front of your audience.
I wasn't thinking about us actually, doing a 1v1, Daniel. This is just me doing a tier maker.
It's way behind. Twitter, cerebral crash.
Just go to a training arena.
Hey, this is my broadcast. I did that.
Alright.
The garden raid that I carried people through.
Yes, sir. That was you.
Remember that?
Yes, sir. Alright. Do you want to start the list off by just going from the Knights all the way to the Woolen?
So basically, Highlander is placed at a crisp beard tier.
Beard tier? I like your fucking look. I really do. I like that.
We're gonna, we're basically gonna first start off with the beard tier list. So basically, Highlander comes up at a crisp A tier.
And I'm looking at a Chris C tier because I don't even have a beard right now.
Nasty.
You say you know beard. This is a fucking.
Alright, the woman warden has a nice B tier beard as well.
Alright, let's get fucking a little bit serious here now. Let's not get off topic here.
I can't see the characters.
Well, okay. Well, you're gonna hear me. Ow. You just beat the shit out of me. All right,
we're gonna. Your health on, bro?
Because I'm literally on my laptop. So, let's start from Warden, going all the way down to Jianhu. Where do you think the tiers? We have S tier. These are the best characters in the game in any mode. Play 1v1, 2v2, and 4v4.
I just need to know the letters. I got the rest.
Where do you think Warden will be placed?
No. What are we going down to? D, F.
We're starting from the first character in the game, Warden.
Okay. What I'm asking is, what's the last tier?
D. Dick tier.
We can continue now.
Okay. Where do you think Warden would be placed at?
I think I placed them at A.
At A tier? Now let's give a little argument here. Why do you think Warden would be A tier?
Why?
Yes. Instead of you beating the fucking shit out of me, and just pay attention.
Very good damage, good mix-ups,
and we're also gonna compile this all together between both 1v1s and 4v4s because both game modes together really mix up the characters placement. Because this was a duel. Warden be S tier because he's one of the best duelists in the game, hands down.
I would put him still at B, or sorry, A.
All right, I agree with the A position. He has some of the best mix-ups in the game, in my opinion. He has a very solid neutral game too. Ow. And I truly believe that any player that picks him up will do very well.
Very easy to play. Didn't even think about that.
Very easy to play character. Only has literally 4 moves that you have to worry about. Alright, with our next character, we have Conqueror. Where do you think Conqueror would be at? I think personally,
I'd place him at C.
I believe personally at C. One of the issues he has is that his offensive damage is really shit. His crushing or his full guard, it's completely his damage got neutered, like with every other character in the game. But his crushing counter went from like what 28, 30 damage down to like 20.
He got a fat nerf, yeah.
Like, and his light attack game, while still good, it's very predictable. It's practically, you have to be very, very smart with how you do your light spam. His bashes are pretty easy to react, in my opinion, because, well, I play this game a shit ton. People may think that, you know, he'd be at B tier because of his, you know, his bashes. I personally think he's C tier because he doesn't have very good damage. And you agree with C tier?
Yeah, C tier is very accurate for the conk.
Alright, now we have Peacekeeper. Now,
I'm gonna go and place her at D.
that is a D tier. That is a dick tier character. Very pitiful damage.
Got going for her is the infinite light spams.
Infinite light spams plus pretty good bleeds, but her way she gets bleed is very, very, very bad. Very predictable mix-ups too. Heavy mix-up into a light, you just block top, you'll never get hit by it. You try to bait out one of her dashes, you get a light parry punish, you take away a third of her health. It's like, plus they neuter the amount of damage she gets from a heavy attack from 18 damage to 12, and the most damage you get from doing is the heavy into the light, which is the bleed. And that procs at like maybe like 22 damage, 24 damage or something like that, but it's really shit. Bleed in this game is not that very effective.
You wanna see something cool?
What's happening? Oh, I like that. I like that. Alright. Lawbringer. Now, originally, before the nerfs in Season 12, or not Season 12, Season 13 and 14, I was going to consider him to be 8 or S tier, because he had a hyper armor bash, he had a very good mix-up that literally is the bread and butter of any Highlander main ever. He does have some useless moves, but that does not negate from what he has already. But I believe that in Season 15 and 14, after they took away the Hyper Armor Bash, they took away the 400 MS top light, and they took away his ability to, you know, have a very, very good solid defense against most of the cast. I truly believe now he has dropped down from A to B tier. What about that? Lawbringer.
Lawbringer? I don't even put him at B tier.
Yeah, like he got neutered hard, and it was to be expected. He had a very solid win rate in duels and in 4v4s. I truly believe he's B tier now because of all the nerfs he got. So I'm gonna place him at B tier. All right, Centurion, his rework. Now, in my opinion, Centurion is an A tier character. What do you feel like?
Centurion, you said B tier?
I said A tier.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would maybe put him at S tier, to be honest. Did they nerf him?
They did nerf him. He used to do, what was it? His Eagle Talons used to do 40 damage. Now it is 30. His bashes into lights, they do about like 8 or 9 damage now. They neuter his light damage, so they pretty much neutered his damage exclusively overall, because he used to do a shit ton of damage for literally no reason. And he had a really good mix-up since they gave him a feintable bash. And I feel like, you know, he's super solid. If you pick him up and you learn his neutral game and his mix-ups, you'll do very well. Alright, I'm gonna put him at A tier.
Is your dad bald?
Yes.
I figured.
Alright, Gladiator. Now, I may be controversial here. I think he's C tier, in my opinion.
I'd put him at B.
Now you put him at B.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
He's fucking mix-up king.
I do agree. He is a mix-up king.
I know how to
But
play him. In fact, I might even put him at A. I'm really good at him.
well, I mean, you know, that's just us being good at this game. I'm talking about in general. Like, if you were to put like literally top tier players against each other, and you were to have their characters be usable, I would.
I've seen King Misty slap with Gladiator.
Oh yeah, King
I'm
Misty
good with Gladiator, but I'm not.
Like King Misty
really
is a
good
god. King Misty is a god.
So if I were to put a pro player with Gladiator, I would definitely put him in A tier.
True. You know, I'm agree with you on that B tier position. Then he does have a lot of he does have a lot of mix-ups. They did you know, I believe they didn't nerf him as much as they did for all the other characters in this game. Whenever the Core Combat update came out, but you know, he hasn't really had much of a point of power in this meta anyway.
Can we take a quick pause? I gotta take a phone call. Not from Daisy, just to clarify.
Okay, just take the phone call real quick.
Okay.
Look at that fucking clown over there. Alright, I'm gonna do my close real quick too.
What's going on?
Hey man, you good?
Yeah.
Alright, let's get back to it. Okay. So we last place Gladiator and B tier. And you agree with this position? Alright. Next character, Blackbriar.
I'm gonna go ahead and play somebody.
A tier? I honestly, even though the character is a very solid character, I think I'm gonna place him at maybe B tier. My reasons behind it is because, one, his mix-up game is honestly probably very predictable. Not many people play him to just burst out damage. They just play him like Conqueror. They throw out a light, try to get him at a bash or something like that, and just go in for another light. That's usually his game plan. But it's the issues with, would you not have a fucking video playing in the back?
This is not a video. That is Mr. K. You have some respect.
Mr.
What's going
K.
on, Kudos?
Whatever, either way.
Hey.
Giant ass motherfucker has delivered you just like stared at me through the door.
Hey, I'm gonna
3 minutes, so.
I'm gonna have to call you back, right?
Oh, alright, brother, do your shit.
Hell yeah. See you, man.
Alright.
He said big nigga was blocking the door.
Okay. The reasons why I think Blackbriar is B tier, he's B tier because, one, his bulwark stance, while it does have access to a way to open up somebody, it does have access to a counter. It's very easy to, bait out. But I also do agree that it's way easier to get into that stance compared to Conqueror. And he has feints, which Conqueror doesn't. And another thing, his bash mix-up, his light to bash mix-up, is very easy to dodge as well.
He's very easy to spam, and on console you just can't.
You just
really
can't
counter that as well. So I put him on A tier on console.
Yeah, this is in general, dude. I believe he would be B tier. He is a solid character overall. He just has a lot of kinks that are easy to deal with, in my opinion. Because an A tier for him on console, understandable. He has a lot of shit you have to deal with because he has such a stupid moveset that you have to deal with, especially on console with all the speeding up of the game. Would you agree with me, or do you still believe he's A tier? And then you can give me your opinion on him being in A tier.
I pretty much agree with everything you said. Besides, you didn't bring up the fact that he can spam really well.
Yeah, he could. He does.
Console, he's A tier, but I guess overall he's probably B tier, like you said.
All right, I'm putting him
You're
at B
very
tier.
bloody.
I know. Bro, I got a gigantic scar on my back. Damn. All right, here we go. Warmonger. S tier, the best character in the game.
I'm gonna go ahead and disagree. Put him
Why
in
is it?
Because the
Why do
only
you-
person in S tier to me is Berserker.
Why? Why is he still in S tier for you?
Berserker?
Yes.
We'll get to him later.
Well, let me understand. Let me explain why I believe War Mommy right here is S tier. All right, would you stop knocking me around, dude? I like to, get my. Okay, motherfucker.
I'm gonna go duel.
Okay. Warmonger. 1. Has a bash mix-up like Warden. And it's practically the literal same as Warden, except she can't vortex it, obviously. She also has a dash attack. She has enhanced lights. She has a Vanguard's amount of health, which is quite a lot. She also has access to a undodgeable attack. She practically has everything in the game, and if you are at least semi-competent, you will do very well with her. She is so easy to play. She's even easier than Warden, but she has way more moves than him. She has too many things going for her that puts her above characters like Centurion, above characters like Warden. Because for Warden, for example, he does have a dodge bash, but he doesn't have a dash attack that's unblockable. That's a mix-up. She has like 16 different mix-ups from neutral.
I wouldn't personally put her in the S tier. I would go with A tier.
I personally will still believe she's S tier. I only because of the fact that if we're going also with putting her in 1v1s and 4v4 scenarios, she broke the game on launch. She literally, you cannot play fours without having to deal with her annoying bullshit.
That's every new character though.
But yeah, but she had a literal special move.
Came out, dude.
Yeah.
Sakura the shit out of us.
But nobody's gonna talk about how she has like a feat that does one. She has a feat that does one shot, but
part of it, I don't think. To me, because in a 1v1, you're not really using feats.
Yeah, but this is also us talking about in 1v1 scenarios. That was me explaining the 1v1 parts.
To me, feats are not in this. They're not based on their feats. Because a lot of the heroes have the same fucking feats.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about
So
Warmonger
the
specifically.
are obviously gonna be better in the because their feats are way better.
Well,
so I don't think we should include feats. Without feats, she's A tier, and her feats now are ass. Or not good. Sorry, they're not ass, but
let me go to the 4v4 scenario. She has that, because I did say this in the very beginning. We are going to include things from 1v1s and 4v4s. She literally broke the game on launch because she had the best.
We're not on launch right now.
I know we're not on launch.
Sakura broke the game on launch too. She's pretty shit now.
Yeah, but she's practically Warden 2.0, a better Warden, mind you. I still believe she's the best character in the game.
Whew. I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna place her at A. You can place her at S. Holy tits.
Okay. Now, Raider. Raider, my personal favorite character in this game. I'm gonna have to put him at a solid, crispy C tier.
Raider. C tier. Hell yeah.
I'd
put him higher. Right now, he's really good.
The reason why I put him at C tier is in the 1v1 scenario. While yes, he does have a lot of mix-ups, his only mix-up tool that he has, which is the storming tap, is very easy to block or parry. Because if you're just not worrying about, if you're just getting hit by lights, obviously you're gonna get hit by lights on console. On PC, you may be able to block those lights. They're gonna hit you anyway. He tries to go in for a heavy mix-up. He just hits you with the storming tap or tries to hit you with the guard break. You can easily take care of the storming tap by just blocking top, or you can easily just guard break or counter guard break. It's very simple and easy. His unblockable guard break into unblockable mix-up, 22 damage. It's shit. It's practically it's only a niche thing that he can do if you're very low on health. If you're gonna fall for it.
To be fair, a lot of people's damage are ass now.
Well, yeah, but his zone attack is 22, or not. Well, it's reasonable. Why? Because it's very slow. But I believe that he's the only character in the game that can actually guard break or can cancel his zone into a guard break. Besides characters like Peacekeeper and Shinobi, I obviously know they can cancel their guard break, but theirs aren't unblockable, and plus they come out as light attacks in the very beginning. That is personally what I believe. But, people could say the difference is like, oh, he has really, really insane damage. None of his punishes give him a top heavy. Everybody else can have a top heavy punish. He's the only character that can't. Except for
have top heavies.
Well, if you wall splat them.
A wall splat?
Yeah, if you wall splat, you get a top heavy.
JJ gets one.
He does. You have to do
heavies are slow as tits, dude.
not the normal heavies. If you bash them into the wall, and you do the dash attack with a heavy, and you kick him in the foot.
That's not a heavy.
No. I'm getting to it. He can knock you into the. No, would you calm the fuck down? Let me explain.
Top heavy.
Look, if you do a wall splat, you could go into a dash attack in the top, do the kick, the wall splat again, and you'll get an unblockable top heavy for 38 damage. Well, not 38, 28, 29 damage or something like that. That's the only way you can get a top heavy punish. Raider, the only time you get a heavy attack is if you get a well-timed throw into the wall splat, and the game does not fuck up your input to do a heavy, or you throw them on the ground. That's about it. And every other character can do whatever the fuck they want when on the ground. I truly believe he's C tier. He's one of my favorite characters in the game. I really don't want to put him at C tier, but he truly does not have tools like for example, A, Tiandi, or B, Kensei, or even Warden. I believe Raider's the worst Vanguard, but he still is a good character.
Whoa, Kensei is hot garbage, dude.
No, he's not. He's the most
Yes,
solid.
he is.
He's a very solid pick for a character.
Oh, you are high as tits right now, aren't you?
I'm putting Raider at C
Shower
tier.
naked, you fucking whore.
I'm putting Raider at C tier. That's where I place him at.
I'd
Now-
put him at A. I'm gonna compromise with you. Put him at B. If you can compromise and put him at B as well. Because I think he's A tier.
Why do you think he's A tier?
He does some of the highest damage. You gotta understand that everyone's damage got nerfed. And
Well,
a
I
lot
know
of people do
that.
very shite damage. We're talking shite. Have you seen Highlander's damage recently, dude? It is fucking ass.
He does 30 on almost every single defensive heavy, and he does a normal 30 on every single offensive heavy. He
Does he
does. Yes, he does normal. He does normal damage to Raiders top heavy. Raiders heavies on his left and right side do 26, and then they go up to 28. Then he goes for 30 for finishers. Highlander at any point in his heavy chain do 30 massive damage. He is the highest damage in the game right now, besides Shigoki and his charged up heavy. That's why I'm putting Raider at C. I understand why you would think he's A, because he does have a really high damage for a
He's
character.
also
Like,
got mix-ups like the fucking asshole.
yeah, but his mix-ups are very predictable, like I
He's
said.
also now got hyper armor.
He's had hyper armor. He's had hyper armor since season 8.
I know.
And while, yeah, I do agree the hyper armor is good, it isn't like something like Highlanders where you can just throw it a heavy and just blow through everything. His heavy is
Highlander's heavies takes a little bit to get hyper armor. It's not like Shigoki's.
like Shigoki's light,
Shigoki.
where literally Shigoki's
can-
light can just
light
interrupt
or
everything.
heavy, man. You can just throw anything and you'll be like, oh,
Yeah, hyper armor, great. I do like think that, you know, B tier is solid. I would put him at B tier, but like I said, his mix-up game is very predictable. Like, if you play against Raider a lot, in your mind you tell yourself, okay, block top and react to any heavies that are coming in raw, or just take care of the guard break, or just block top for the storming tap. Then the mix-up is completely canceled out. You guys go back into neutral.
Okay, but you gotta understand that how easy that mix-up is to use. Versus
Oh yeah, I agree.
if you go for that stunning tap, parry, and miss, and he's actually letting it fly, that's easy damage.
Well,
Damage. 'Cause all
I
you
know
do is
that.
push R2. So it's a very easy mix-up, and it's very high rewarding, and very easy rewarding.
High rewarding and
Yes, it is super easy to counter it, but there's also a 50-50 chance. It's not one. You can go either way, and either way you're gonna get punished if you miss it.
I know. I do agree. You know what, dude? You convinced me. I'll put him at B tier.
Alright, B tier it is.
Alright, Warlord.
I'd put him at a crisp A.
I agree. I think he's probably the best heavy. He's very solid. On a heavy punish, he gets a free zone. I think his zones do maybe 20 damage. Every other character in the game could get a zone, but they do very, very tiny damage on the zone. And his full guard is very good. He also has a very good bash as well. It starts up in 500 milliseconds like a light, while Conquer is a crisp dodge into a 500 ms bash, and
Also,
it's
it
very
got
easy.
nerfed, unfortunately.
It did get nerfed, yeah. His heavies and his lights, or his light to heavy, it's very, very, if you're not thinking on the fly, he'll hit you with those heavies. Those heavies they'll shit
Yeah, and they
tons of damage
hurt.
too. They do. I think it was 12 damage for a light, and then 28 for a fucking heavy. That's like a quarter of your health just disappeared.
And they don't. It doesn't have very many mix-ups, so
I mean,
that's
but
unfortunate.
his lack of mix-ups, but he has a very strong defensive game too. He's overall just a really good character, and plus, he has hyper armor. Let's not forget, hyper armor is probably one of the best things to have in this game.
Hyper armor is beautiful. It's also
Alright.
got a crushing counter. I didn't know that until I just used it.
Oh
so.
yeah, I forgot. He does have a crushing counter. Alright, I put him at A tier. Alright, Berserker. You think he's S tier.
He's
I think
tier. He's the best character in the game.
I think personally, from the most recent patches and nerfs, he has really fallen off. I think maybe he's A tier. I would put him at A tier because one, he's probably the best assassin in the game because one, hyper armor on literal like just feints on everything.
Alright.
And two, he has very, very good mix-ups into his dash attacks, very good mix-up into his damage, or his guard break into heavy attacks. And while yes, he did get his damage neutered from 29 to 24 on openers, they still are 28 damage on finishers, and I believe they're 28 on unblockable finishers too. I would put him at A tier. I do understand that he used to be very dominant in duels, in brawls and stuff like that. Like, he used to be really, really good in the game. I really believe he's fallen off because everybody else has been getting these buffs, these changes. He hasn't really been changed at all.
Let me put it in perspective for you here. Hyper armor. Yes, check. On an assassin, even better. Fast attacks. Check. Mix-ups up the fucking ass. Check. Damage. Check. Looks. Check. Beard. Check. He's got literally everything. Name something that a character has that he doesn't have besides a full guard. Cause he's
a feintable dash attack. And it's also a light parry punish. And plus he's an assassin, so he has lower health than everybody else. Well, if you try to throw it out, you'll easily get punished.
This is true, but a lot of characters have that.
A lot of characters do, but him, Orochi, and PK on zone attack, like, people don't realize that they're very easy to bait out because a lot of people.
Zone attack.
He does have very good zone attack, but they also did neuter that damage. It went from like 4 damage per hit, and it used to get like 6 ticks.
You keep bringing up the damage. Everyone's damage got nerfed.
I know that.
They're all pretty much the same, besides the damage got nerfed because everyone's damage got nerfed. So
you know, I agree.
We gotta keep that out of the argument because everyone does the same exact damage pretty much.
Yeah.
As they did, it just takes less health. The damage did not get nerfed. It just does less towards the health bar.
So it does less damage.
Yes, but it was the same. Everyone's damage was nothing changed.
Well, the game turned from
to keep the fight longer.
The game turned from reaction based to read based. I'm trying to put into perspective of the read, because in a fighting game, in a normal fighting game, any character that's in the S or the A tier literally have like components of their character's kit that make or break that character. Like, there's a character in, I'll put out an example, Street Fighter, that his name is Fang. Fang has a lot of gimmicky shit, and it's very, very easy to punish, and most of the time he does a shit ton of damage, but he doesn't know how to really get it out. I mean, it's kind of a weird correlation to put for a game like For Honor to a game like Street Fighter, but in perspective, the character has a lot of tools too, and if you use them effectively, he could be an S tier. I do agree with the fact that he's in a high part of the tier list. I do not agree that he's better than Warmonger, because Warmonger has an actual active guard, right? And I'm putting in perspective of 1v1s and 4v4s as well. Because in 4s, and not having a guard, and being in like a reflex guard in 4s, if you're not a literal like parry god or blocking god, you're gonna get your dick clapped in 4s. It's just how it goes. He's a very good, like counter attacker or a ganker, but he's not a good upfront character in my opinion. That's why I believe he's A tier. If he was a duel, I believe he would be S tier, because he is one of the best duelists too, along with Warden and Warmonger.
In my opinion, he's always going to be the best. Warmonger has nothing on him. I wouldn't even put Warmonger S tier. I think Warden's better than Warmonger.
That's a little bit.
If I had to put him anywhere, it would Warmonger. It would be lower A tier. That's not even a thing, but lower A tier. I don't think Warmonger is as good as you say she is. I think she's very counterable. Very easily counterable.
Well, a lot of people don't play her effectively. People that play her a lot, they do the same gimmicky bullshit that they usually do. Light bash, light mix up. Or not even like a light bash, light mix up. They don't even try to do that. They do light bash, light, and then they try to go for the feint. She's practically just Warden and Centurion, but better because she has more tools. She has more stuff to her kit. That's like the reason why I think she's better than Centurion, for example. He doesn't have a dodge attack or a dodge bash. He has to be in a neutral state and just repeatedly hitting you to be able to get damage in. If Warmonger, all she has to do is react to something that you throw out a bash, free damage. Or even if you like try to throw out like a heavy attack or like something really really wacky and random, she can just dodge through it and just throw out a dodge heavy, does 22 damage, like a zone pretty much. That's why I believe that she would be S tier. She has everything she needs to be one of the best characters in the game. I used to say this before, like she got nerfed first she got nerfed all of her feats and all of her stuff. Had a high-ass damage bash on level 3 that would do more damage than Warden's top heavy when she first actually it still does more damage than Warden's top heavy. I think it believes like does more damage. Her bash at the very very end of it at level 3, she can feint that. So if you were expecting her to go in for the bash and get a free heavy, she can feint that and still get a free heavy from you. People
That's
don't.
Warden too, though.
Not his level 3 bash. If you're going in for that level 3,
all the way, and then you can feint it.
I wish I can. Let me change characters real quick. Let me change characters to Warden, and I'm gonna try to paint the picture here. Cause on my end or on my stream, there's a big difference between the two. And another thing is that she has enhanced lights. If your lights get blocked in this game, a lot of the other characters that don't have enhanced lights, I think, I can't think of his name. Oh, god damn it. I can't think of his name. Warlord. Warlord has enhanced lights. I believe Shigoki has enhanced lights. I believe JJ doesn't have enhanced lights. I think she is in the top 3 characters that have enhanced lights. Every other person's lights are just blockable, and you just take care of that situation. You won't get into the mix-up situation each character has. She can just say, fuck all that extra noise, I'm just gonna block. You want to block one of my lights? Too bad, I got a bash off of you no matter what. If you're not willing to try to block the light and you get hit by it, she gets another bash, free light, or she does a mix-up. I'm gonna try to do the level 3 bash into a feint. Yeah, you can't get a guard break after that. Yeah, it's way too slow. Like, you can feint the level 3 bash, yeah. I agree, you can. But you can't get a guard break off of it. It's way too slow.
You can get a guard break off of it.
No, I'm literally no, I'm trying to do it.
They're dodging. You can't counter guard break when they're dodging. Unless they're gonna sit there and eat the fucking bash.
Yeah, well, as long as they're just gonna sit there, yeah, they're probably will. But it's a very weird like period.
I mean, like you said, they're kind of the same, but
one's better than the other, and I believe Warmonger.
I'm telling you, Warmonger's not that good.
All right,
he really isn't. She's very counterable.
I mean,
she's very predictable. They all play the same too, which makes it even easier.
Well, if everybody plays the same, then that really dampens your opinion on the character as a whole. Like, if you were to take away all the players that play Warmonger the way they play Warmonger, they play her like Warden and Centurion put together. If they were to play her like a little bit differently and were able to do like, you know, to adapt on the fly, like, she has everything. Let me go to that move list real quick. Okay.
She doesn't have everything.
Yes, she does.
She doesn't have hyper armor.
Yes, she does.
She has hyper only on her bash. It's not hyper.
No,
armor.
she has hyper armor on her heavy finishers and on her actual second chain heavies.
You're playing.
No, I'm being serious. She literally has hyper armor on it. Yep, here it starts.
Playing.
There it is. There's hyper armor.
You play.
She has hyper. I'm telling you, she literally has everything in the game. You want hyper armor on heavies? Boom, she got it. You want enhanced slides? Boom, she got it. She has a level 3 bash that can be fainted? Boom, she got it. She literally has everything. She is probably one of the best characters in the game. If you take away the fact that she had a literal feat that broke the game for 2 or 3 months.
You can't keep bringing that feat up.
I'm bringing it up just for a little bit.
It's not here right now. Raider broke the game. Sakura broke the game. Oh, Sakura broke the game. Black Prior broke the game.
Yeah.
We're not bringing them up still because it's not relevant anymore.
Well, because we're literally 2 years later. This is season 15. This is season 15. This is the season. This is the season after. Well, that's just a feat. Their entire kits got nerfed. They got nerfed into oblivion. Raider from season 8 to season 15 got turned from S tier to B tier, or in my opinion C tier. They didn't change her kit. They changed the way her feat works, and it's an anti-gank. It's an anti-gank. If you go into a Dominion game and you get hit by it,
let's be honest here. Warmonger is trash. She does not have everything.
Yes, she does.
She does little damage. She's very predictable. She's got barely any mix-ups.
She has the same damage as Warden.
No, she does not.
Yes, she does.
Her side heavy attack does pube hair damage.
Just 24 damage. It does 24 damage, Daniel. Top heavies, 27 damage. Top heavy finishers, 32 damage. Wanna know how much Wardens does? 29. On heavy finishers. Even with the unblockable.
Can we make this into a part thing? Cause I'm really hungry. Like part 1, part 2 type deal?
No.
Some spaghetti. Oh, okay.
Why would I want to? We're literally cause you're at this point we're just talking about why I think Warmonger is better than Warden and why you think Warden is better than Warmonger.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
One is.
Topic, we already went past Warmonger.
All right. I put Berserker. We really went way too far ahead. I already placed Warmonger in S tier. I placed Warden in top A. Let's move on. Berserker is an A tier. All right, Valkyrie.
So no one's in S tier, because nobody else even fits the par.
I put Warmonger in S tier. She will always be S tier.
Put her at top.
No, I put her at S tier. I put Warden at top A. That's where I put Warden at. Because they're literally both the same. One just has more tools than the other person does. And plus it's very, very... She's fucking strong as shit. Alright. I'm gonna get back on topic. You're always gonna disagree with me. Because you play against really shitty Warmongers.
So do you. They're all shitty.
They're all shitty, but at least I know... I can see the potential in her kit.
You wanna 1v1 with Warmonger?
No. Why does everyone want to be a fucking 1v1?
I just want to.
We don't play Warmonger.
Okay.
We're gonna move on.
I don't want to know why you think she's. You don't even play her.
Why do I think she's the best?
Have you been clapped by her too many times?
No. Personally, no. I have not. I've gotten beaten by good Warmongers, but I haven't been beaten by her to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, she's really broken. Because if you're like,
so why do you think she's so good exactly?
Because she literally has so many tools and so many things that she can do. She's like Akuma in Street Fighter. She's like Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. She literally
Berserker in A tier, but she also has everything.
No.
Mix-ups, hyper armor, damage, speed.
But how many mix-ups can you count with your hand that he has? 1, 2, 3, 4.
He has a fuckload of them.
He has 5 different mix-ups. He has 5 different mix-ups.
What does Warmonger have? 1? 9.
She has 9.
What are they?
Top heavy, or not top heavy, not top heavy. The undodgeable dash heavy. You know the undodgeable one. She can feint that. The both side dodges, the unblockables. She can either get through that, or if they're gonna parry it, you can just feint it, and you can get a heavy off of it. She has a dodge bash. She also has a enhanced light into a bash that she can feint, and she can also get a guard break off you, get a free heavy. She also has a level 2 and a level 3 charge bash that can be feinted and get a free heavy. And she has a literal chargeable heavy that can hit into fucking what, 30 damage. And that's just off the top of my head. There's probably more she has and I don't even fucking know. That's why I still think she's probably one of the best characters in the game. That's literally why. We play against characters. We play against people on console that don't try to do any of the extra shit.
That's my point. We're not. Are we going? Okay.
This is literally
characters. Right. We're not going off the player base.
We're going off of characters and their potential.
But I don't think she's that. Dude, she's fucking ass. I have destroyed every fucking warmonger I've ever fought.
But yeah, but that's the player base.
She's fucking ass, dude. I have not seen a single solid mix-up from a warmonger.
Yeah, because everybody that usually plays.
She has the potential, but they're easy counterable, and they're kind of not hard to do necessarily, but hard to do when you got people who fucking spam ass cheeks.
Yeah, true. I do agree with that. Like
I wouldn't put her S tier. I would put her below A tier. If we were
to you know, put her in like a player-based perspective, I would agree with you. But this is just me saying like which character has the best kits and what has very, very easy answers to. Cause like she practically has fucking everything. She can be an assassin, a vanguard, a fucking heavy, a fucking hybrid. She can be everything. She literally is that good, in my opinion. That's why. But we will agree to disagree, and we will have our differences. And let's move on. Valkyrie. Where do you believe?
I put her in B.
All right, I agree. She has a lot of really solid damage and solid mix-ups. I do agree with that placement. She's practically, in a sense, a hybrid fucking raider. And plus, she has a sweep that does pretty good. I think it was just like what 22 damage now because they
She's got more mix-ups than anyone, in my opinion.
The argument could be made, yeah.
Huh?
I said the argument could be made, yeah. Because, you know, she's a hybrid. She literally is made to have those types of mix-ups like Lawbringer did at one point.
So we agree on B tier?
Yeah, I agree on B tier. I do agree on B tier. Highlander. Okay. In this current state of him, I do agree he's A tier. He literally is such a solid pick.
You know what? I say Berserk was the only S tier, but depending on what point, Highlander was once S tier in my opinion. He did a lot of damage. Too much damage. He had 40 heavies up the fucking ass.
And now they're all 30s.
And they were
across
so
the board.
easy to hit too. Like not necessarily. It was easy. He was easy character.
I wouldn't say he was easy. He does have a lot of kinks that people had to realize.
No. He's hard to use, but I meant was the heavies.
Like the damage is easy to get. Like his punishment game is super easy to do. Plus he has a lot of mix-ups in offensive stance. Only problem with offensive stance, you hit him once, he goes into defensive stance. Or if you bash him once, he goes into defensive stance. You know, if you let Highlanders do what they do, you will literally get annihilated because they are meant to do that much damage. They are meant to be a burst character. That's why whenever they throw out like 4 raw top-heavy unlockables, they will lose all their stamina. Or even if they do like a bash, they lose like a quarter of it. I do agree that he's A tier for the fact that all of his lights now are 500 MS. His practically the hidden removal of the 100 MS as well, make it at 400 MS realistically.
Who did we put in D tier?
We put Peacekeeper. We put Conqueror in C tier. We put PK in D tier. I do agree with your position on A tier. You know, like I haven't seen, like I've literally seen idiots that don't even know how to play the game right or try to understand how the game works pick Highlander because they got their ass cheeks clapped by him in a random Dominion game because they didn't know how to punish him. I believe he's still that good. I'm gonna put him between Warlord and Berserker. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put Highlander above Warlord and Berserker. That's where I'm gonna put him at. Alright.
Warlord, you said?
Yeah, I put him above Warlord.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't agree with the Berserker, obviously, but...
Yeah. Alright. Shaman. Shaman's weird. Shaman's a weird like, character to place at this very minute of the game.
I would place her at C.
I don't agree with that. I think she's probably B tier. She has a lot of good damage. Plus she also has like I'm gonna call Centurion's Eagle's Talon a cutscene. Practically cutscene like moves that, you know, do a shit ton of damage for getting the execution. She has one of the best mix-upable cutscene attacks in the game. Her bite mix-up is so scary to fight. Because if you get bled, bro, you losing 40 health from just the bleed and the bite itself. That is very scary to fight, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
It's super scary.
But, to be honest, like I said a lot, but easily counterable.
True. I mean, nowadays when I'm fighting a shaman, when she tries to do her zone into the bleed, I always, zone into the bleed. Let's not forget that part. She literally can cancel her zone into any of her directional inputs. You have to be quick enough to either A, parry it, or B, block it. Because if you get bled by it,
necessarily about being fast. It's about predicting where she's gonna go.
Yeah.
Or if she's gonna let it fly.
Because it's a more read based stuff.
Because if she lets it fly,
it's 24 damage. It's 24 damage. Yeah. I would agree with the C tier placement, but she has a lot of tools going for her. Plus, her dash attack, the back, like where she just rolls around and hits you in the side of the head, you can't guard break that. You literally bounce off of her when you go for that. Other characters like JJ, other characters like say like Valkyrie, you could guard break those, but she can't. Because if you go for the guard break, you bounce off, you take 20 damage to the face, right to the nose. And then after that, she goes for a heavy, and she can either A, go for the unblockable heavy, or go for the mix-up after that, or just go for the bleed, if she wanted to. I'm going to put her at B tier, because she has a lot of options that she can take, and a lot of combo routes that are very... I'm going to put her above Valkyrie, Raider. I'm going to put her above Vortiger too, or Blackbriar. No, I take that back. I'm gonna put it below Blackbriar. Blackbriar can easily just do the counter.
I'm gonna put her in B tier.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that. Jormungandr.
I'm gonna go ahead and put her in B tier.
I honestly agree.
I think she was really good at first, but oh my god, hold up, getting light span.
I do agree with the B tier
tits.
placement. Oh. Right, your back said it.
I lost, so
I put her at B tier. I'm gonna put her right below Shaman. Here's why. One, she has a lot of bashes, and those bashes, like if you're being aggressive against Jormungandr, she can easily just steal the round or steal the fight against you. If you're just being aggressive against her and she's blocking all of it, or even parrying you. If she parries you on a heavy, boom, she practically does what she did back in old CCU update. Just take away like a shit ton of your stamina, and she inches closer and closer to getting you to knock on the ground. And even then, if you run out of stamina and she doesn't hit you with the unblockable into the slam or the cutscene move, she can do an easy 70% or 70% of your health from just doing one knockdown mix-up, and that's it. That's the play of the game right there. But she is a little bit weird to play, especially with the fact that she has slow lights. She has a very, very predictable heavy, but she does have hyper armor in the first heavy, unlike the other characters in B tier.
That's a little slower, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty slow. If you don't react to it quick enough, then you're just gonna get slapped in the face, or you're just gonna block it. I do believe the B tier placement is true for her, because any competent Jormungandr is gonna fucking clap, in my opinion. I mean that's the same way with every single character. But in this meta now, with the stamina changes to lights and heavies, if you're aggressive against her, it's easier for her to play. And you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, with the new CCU update and all the lights, I'm gonna put her above Shaman and Vortiger. I'm gonna put her in above those two characters. Actually, fuck that. I'm just gonna put her behind Lawbringer. Alright. But now we're getting into the samurai. Kensei.
I think Kensei is pretty trash.
Now, explain why. I want to get your good explanation.
Hyper armor, possibly the worst hyper armor in the game. How many mix-ups does she have? Like one? Sidestep is easily parryable. You're not a fucking brain dead retard.
Yeah, you're trying to
Valkyrie is a fucking cunt.
Yeah, if you're not a fucklet, then you're gonna easily take care of her her side dash. But her side dash does react to light attacks. So if you whiff a light attack, he is gonna hit you with it. Wow, I just whistled there. I heard it. I do agree with the fact that.
Give me a second. Hold on. Why am I? I'm not Highlander, dude. Why am I fucking crushing countering? I don't know. He might be able to beat her, to be honest.
Who might be able to beat
What
her?
was that? Conquer. There you go. Just spam that bitch, dude. He's not gonna do it. He's too honorable, bruh. Quit guard breaking! You fool! You fool! She is spamming you, bro. You really gonna let this happen? Am I getting pranked? What am I watching right now? Alright, he's doing alright. He's doing alright. He's doing okay. He's doing alright. He's winning. He can win like that, maybe. Oh, nope, he lost. Oh, with the comeback. Comeback, kid. You fool.
Alright.
Good fight, y'all.
Oh, your game's over already?
Yeah.
Alright. So you said Kensei will be is able to beat Conquer? Is that what you're trying to talk before you getting your cheeks clapped?
No. Conquer was
Oh, the enemy?
was my teammate. No. Hey, don't worry about it. That's not what I was trying to say. I mean, like I said, I think Kensei's fucking hot garbage. I think he's really bad. The worst Vanguard in the game. I think Tiandi could fucking clap his ass cheeks.
I do agree, especially with the undodgeable light dashes. Because, like, if he tries to sidestep those, he'll just get hit in the face. I think the mix-up, the unblockable mix-up, hers is very scary because a lot of her heavies are very slow. And I believe that with that in mind, she can get away with a lot of BS.
I'm so sorry.
Why would you put on Daily Dose of Internet right on my shit, bro? I'm gonna get DMCA'd, bro. Crazy.
You know who that is?
Yeah, Daily Dose of Internet. I know that fucking man's monotone voice from anywhere.
I wanted to see where he would put more Monger. Kensei is apparently S tier.
To him?
Yeah.
I think
That's
maybe
cap.
that's honestly cap. I don't believe he's S tier. Because Kensei, while I do agree he is very solid, he's not going to go leaps and above and beyond in a 1v1 scenario.
Well, our S tier is a little different than his. We only got one.
We only got one. In my opinion, got one character, but I guess Warden could be up there
I
too.
said two.
Actually, let me put Warden up there too.
Mine, but fuck you.
I put Warden up there just make. I put Warden behind Warmonger.
About all that.
Fuck all that extra noise.
I think Warden is the only one that can stand up to Berserker.
Alright, moving on. You said Kensei would be like C tier earlier?
Yeah, about where I'd place him.
Now, would you think she'd be better than Conquer?
Yeah.
I do agree with that. I would think Valkyrie would lose to Kensei too.
I'm really good with Valkyrie.
Because, well, even though, you know, Valkyrie, like if you were to put skill behind each character and you were able to use their kits to their fullest, Kensei, while yes, he has a very, very easy stuff to react to, like, you know, his sidestep, he also, off a heavy punish, can do the dash light, the one that bops you on the top of the head, and go instantly into a heavy mix-up, or into a unblockable heavy mix-up. That's the scariest fucking thing ever. I think that's scarier. I think that's scarier than fighting. Who's a character who said that was a very scary mix-up? I think it was I think it was Highlander, right? Some scary mix-ups.
I'm pretty sure you said it was concentrate.
Yeah, we're one of the two, yeah. And I would think I would pick. I think I kind of agree with putting
The only
Kensei.
reason it's scary is if he lets it fly, and that's pretty rare. But when
well,
he lets
also
it fly, you're getting hit with a lot of damage.
it's like what 32 damage on the slap on the head. And also, I didn't point this out earlier. He has hyper armor on heavy feints from the top heavy unblockable. So like, you know, if you try to go for the parry and you try to, you know, react to it practically, he can do whatever the hell he wants to you. He practically is like whenever the boxer would like grab you by your or grab you practically. He can do whatever the hell he wants to you, throw you around and shit like that, right? That's what Kensei is. If Kensei gets you in his mix-up, he do whatever the fuck he wants to you. He wants to do a side dash after you try to do the parry, he'll just fucking side dash. If you're a Stone Cold Steve Austin, you will react to all of it. But not every character is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's put that fucking shit out the window. I believe that while yes, she's not as good as someone like maybe like Warden, and while you said that she isn't as good as Raider, I believe that maybe he's like low B tier before like crossing in, but I'll put him at C tier. The argument could be made. Alright, Orochi. C tier.
I agree.
I C tier character. One of the best light spams in the game, but light spam got neutered hard.
I'm gonna go ahead and place him a little bit further down. Put him in D. He's now fucking mixed up. He got a little bit more now that he's got that top unbreakable, but
yeah,
unblockable. I don't know why I said unbreakable.
it's the same thing.
He's still shite. I mean, let's be honest.
He is shite, but he also has really fast lights. Faster than or no, he has a faster like mix-up game than PK. Well, he has damage to back up.
All you gotta do is block one out of the chain, and you're gonna clap his ass.
You are fine if you do block one out of the chain. But if he does, if you let him
And
do
his
get away with a lot of
sidestep
stuff,
and back up steps are so predictable and so.
yeah, so easy
It's
to
so
deal
fucking
with.
easy to parry, dude.
Yeah,
That's
plus
that's a heavy right there.
Plus,
That's a
it's
heavy
us
to the
as an
fucking dome.
assassin with like the lowest health in the game. Shinobi's is the lowest health in the game. We all know where he's gonna be at, like, cause he's obviously you know fuck it. We ain't gonna even argue why he'd be anything higher. He's in D tier as well with PK.
I agree. Yeah,
But let's just place him there right now, just to get the fucking shit out of the way. Orochi, well, yes, he did get that unblockable heavy. At one point, you could like literally just backstep and it fucking whiff. It would miss. You get a free guard break. Like, you can do whatever the fuck you want to him. While, yes, there's a lot of people out there that are just like, I can't deal with Orochi, his lights are too fast. Man, boy, because you suck fat dick, alright? Man, just get good at the game, man. He's shit. I do agree with the fact that he could be in C tier. D tier, he has more options and more damage than the two characters in D tier. I would put him at low C, but he ain't scratching too far from D tier. Shigoki. My boy Goki.
I'm gonna put him at a crisp A.
I agree. This man is
Hyper armor
a
is
fucking monster.
Too much, dude.
That man is a monster. Plus, the health deficit you get from getting grabbed with his Demon's Embrace, bro, whack. He is super good. Plus,
any person with healing. Oh, you said Shaman's mix-ups were scary.
his mix-ups are scary.
Any person with healing is scary as tits, in my opinion.
True.
Shaman's very scary.
Shaman's very scary. Plus, she does.
Shigoki is very fucking scary because of the damage output, the health that he can eat damage, he can take damage, he can deal damage, and he can heal, and he's got hyper armor.
And he's a hyper armor. If you try
He's
to do
got
something
mix-ups,
against,
too.
if you try to do something against him when he's going for that demon embrace mix up, bro, you better pray to fucking God that you aren't getting grabbed and putting into a loop. If you believe that you can get out of that grab, then you better believe that you can read it.
But if you do dodge it, he's very open for a good ass clapping.
You know how long it takes for him to recover from that grab?
You could feint a top heavy and then throw another and it would hit him.
I think I remember this like number. I think his recovery frames is a crisp 1600 milliseconds. He takes forever to get back up and ready to fight from that grab. And you can do whatever you want with him. Guard break him, heavy him, light him, bash him, do whatever the fuck you want to him. He ain't gonna do shit. But he does have, if a Shigoki doesn't go for that grab, and he actually goes for the grab on a wall splat, bro, he is scary as shit. 34 damage on a unblockable heavy charged, plus hyper armor. Whew. That is something you don't want to fuck with. That is big boy damage. That he used to do 50. It does 34 now, but that's still big boy damage right now at the very end of this game. And the hyper armor on lights, well, yes, they did deuter the amount of the startup frames on the light, because you could beat out other lights because it used to be really, really quick. He has recovery frames up the wazoo. That's because people used to like abuse the shit out of it, because lights used to trade back in season 14. Now he has a lot of recovery frames on the light opener, so you have to go for the heavy attack mix up to go for another light. I would still think he's A tier because that mix up's too fucking scary, bro. It's too risky to try to predict what he's gonna do, because he can hit you for 34 damage, hit you for a guard break to do a 24 damage, or go for a demon's embrace that does the exact same damage and does a health deficit to you.
Let's just say that no matter what you do, you're getting fucking clapped.
Yeah, I agree. I'll put him at A tier. I think I'm gonna place him.
I might even put him at S tier, dude. Honestly,
I wouldn't agree with that, because like I said before, he does have those issues with his kit, like the demon's embrace. It's a thing that, while yes, it is very, very good, it is very, very punishable. Because if you dodge it once, bro, that health deficit that you're wanting to go for,
you're gonna be throwing some damage at him. You're gonna be throwing some shade. That's for sure.
The funniest thing too is that if you dodge that thing as your favorite character Highlander, Daniel, and you go in for a light attack and you go in for a heavy attack, and if you whiff that light attack, you'll be doing 32 damage to his forehead before he could even get up.
If you dodge it, you can easily throw a top heavy and fucking ass clap him.
Yeah, I like that part of his kit makes him really makes him weak.
That's the only reason he's not in S tier.
That's the only reason why he's still going to be an A tier. I believe he's still one of the best characters in the game.
I agree.
No, Nabushi is trash, garbage.
Nabushi has, and it really hurts me to say this, literally 0 mix-ups.
Yeah, I agree. Her light bash mix-up, isn't even a true mix-up. You can actually dodge that bash if they hit you with the with just 2 lights. If she does the 3 lights, then she gets a free confirm on the bash. But all that does is just start up her light spam game over and over and over again. And we all know how light spam in this game is now. Light spam is really bad right now, and there's no reason to use it. You want to utilize her bash mix up next to a wall, because that's the only way you're going to be able to do anything meaningful against your opponent. Her bleed, while yes, it is pretty good, and she does stack damage the more bleed you have, she has an issue with if you block one of her lights, she's fucked. She doesn't have anything else. In the hidden stance, oh yeah, I forgot about the hidden stance. Hidden stance, while it is pretty good, it is very punishable. I think hidden stance on any character does not mean that they go higher up on the tier list, in my opinion.
Hidden stance is really good if you can use it.
If you can utilize it, yeah. But it's very niche. If someone's like really light happy, they like just throwing out lights, and you try to dodge one of them and get a bash off of it. Good for you, bud. You get 2
Well,
lights.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been clapped by somebody who's really good with hidden stance. It's really freaking good if you can get good with it.
It is freaking good. That you can also say that about every single character in the game.
Not
So,
her, the hidden stance.
oh,
It's
the hidden
really
stance in
fucking
general. Yeah.
good. If you can get good with it, which is very hard in my opinion. It's really kind of hard.
I'm going to say I put her at a high D. I'm gonna put her above PK and Shinobi.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'll put her above PK and Shinobi. She has a very good customization though. She's very, very cool to customize at higher reps, but that doesn't represent how bad she is by nature. All right, this hurts me. This pains me to say it. Aramusha, low C tier. Low C tier. I wouldn't put him at D. Low C tier.
I put him at D.
My argument about this is that he has a very, very scary zone attack. So, you know about the zone unblockable, right? They buff that damage from 20 on the second hit to 30 damage, so they actually make it a threat to go against. And they also made it to where his heavies are very slow too, but you still can get a heavy parry, or not a heavy parry, a light parry, and still get a heavy off. But his offense before the Core Comet update I would put him at B tier because of how scary he is to fight. But his light spam and his chains are very predictable to fight. But he can feint those too into other things. If you try to guess correctly and you fail to guess, then he'll do whatever you want. But he has those issues with this kid that I believe that he'll be at a low C tier. I do think he's like one of the worst characters in the game. I don't believe he's D tier though. Sakura or Hitokiri? I'll put her at B tier.
S. Yeah.
B tier now.
Easily.
Her damage got neutered to okay, let me explain. Like, she does assassin level damage for a heavy.
Yeah.
She does.
Hyper armor's trash now.
Yeah, her hyper armor is garbage. While yes, she does have hyper armor, it's pretty bad. Her bash mix up stuff. Her bash mix up, while it is better than Conquerors, it is better than Valkyries. It is not. I don't really know what to say. Like, not scary, not a scary mix up to go up against. Cause if you get guard broken by Hitokiri, you're like, okay, yeah, okay, cool. I got hit for 24 damage. Okay, I can just I got put at neutral. And if she goes for an unblockable heavy mix up or something like that, they ain't gonna do much. Most of the time, they throw it out because they want to feel the satisfaction of getting slapped in the face for 28 damage. Oh yeah, she does 28 damage on a heavy charge. Just 28 damage. That's fucking pitiful. That's shit tier. And plus that she used to have pretty good light spam. Now that light spam is not a thing anymore, in my opinion, she is worse than what she used to be. But I believe that she's still warranted to be in B tier because she does have some scary things or situations she can be in. And plus, well, she was once a S tier character.
Oh yeah, easily.
Actually, I'm gonna put her above Kensei. I'm gonna put her at C tier, above C tier, or top C tier.
Put her at low. She's pretty fucking bad. Feels like everyone I run into now does the same thing.
I'll agree with you, but I'm not gonna put her in low. I'm gonna put her actually below Kensei this time. Actually, put her above Conqueror, because Conqueror relies solely on defensive play. Sakura relies on offensive play. An offensive meta is gonna favor in Sakura's opinion, but she's just gonna do pitiful damage. She does as much damage as a counter from Conqueror, and that's pretty shite.
My balls clapped.
I dropped my phone.
Sorry about that.
Why? Okay. Alright, we're getting to the Wooland. We're getting closer to finishing up this tier list. Alright, we're starting with Tiandi. I want to hear your opinion on Tiandi first.
Okay, well, I think Tiani's somehow gotten a lot better throughout the seasons. I think that in season 8, where did we start? What season did we start in? Like 4?
Yeah, no. He was a season 6 or 5.
What time? When did we start?
We started playing back in season 7, season 6.
Okay, so what? Are you sure?
Yeah, because season 7 was when or no, season 8.
We started playing when Vortiger came out.
Yeah, season 7 was when Vortiger came out. That's when we really started to play this game more often. Because when season 8 dropped, we were fucking done because of Sakura and Raiders buff.
Okay. Tiani was shit back then, in my opinion. I don't know if they even buffed him, but it feels like with the way that the game's changed, he's been a lot better. I think he's always been offensive, and now that the game is more offensive, it's a lot easier for him to strive.
Yeah, I agree with that. And plus,
I often find myself getting ass clapped by Tiandi.
I do too. He's really tough to get down, especially with the fact that he has the most mix-ups. I don't want to say mix-ups. He has the most adaptable character design ever. One, he can dodge practically everything besides zone attacks on from Raider and stuff like that. But he can dodge practically everything with his heavy dodge. His light dodge, unblockable. Plus he can do it out of a heavy feint. Plus he can also do a heavy dodge into a light dodge, and that's a very easy mix-up to do. I believe that actually he will be placed in the B tier. I don't know where to place him in either mid B or high B.
I would put him at A tier.
Ooh, why is that?
I think he's really fucking good.
You think he's better than Raider?
Yes.
Let's hear that argument. I want to hear that.
He's got more mix-ups, he's faster, he doesn't have more damage, but the more damage output he can hit. He's fast, dude. You know how many times I've been asked that by Tiandi? Because I didn't even know what the fuck was going on while he was clapping me.
Well,
way more than I've been asked that by Raider.
That's probably because of our inexperience with fighting a lot of Tiandis, too.
This is true.
We don't fight against many Tiandis. I played a little bit Tiandi. I could see the potential for A tier, but there is a few issues I have with this kit. One being that while he has probably one of the fastest zones ever, it does pitiful damage. It can be guard breakable, or he can guard break out of it, but it's very predictable guard break. He does 24 damage on a heavy attack. Well, yeah. It does. That's quite a bit of damage. That's assassin tier damage, and plus you can easily bait out those light dashes. Because whenever you do a light attack into that light dash, you have enough time for you to get your cursor to the other side and parry it. That's from my list.
You're missing a crucial piece of this kit: the kick.
That thing is useless.
Punishable.
It's unpunishable. It's unpunishable because he gets nothing from it. That's why.
You can get something from it.
From what? If he tries to go in for the heavy,
scared as tits.
you get mental brain damage from that. You get mental damage from it. The reason why I think that the kick mix-up is weak is because the kick doesn't really give him anything. So you just sit there, you just take the kick, you just go flying away. You're just like, okay, cool, I've been reset back to neutral. And if they try to go for the heavy dash, which doesn't hit them, actually, I just want to change to his character to see if I can actually get that, because I don't think he can hit his kick and have enough time to go into the dash. I think that it whiffs.
That's true, actually.
Because that kick is practically useless. Because at one point we were saying I was saying why can't I punish his unblockable kick? And then you told me at one point, well, he really doesn't get anything off of it, which is true. He also does have a bash, the palm strike.
He has hyper armor, by the way.
He does have hyper armor. But
I think his zone is super good. I think his dash is super good. Both of them. I think both of his dashes are very solid.
I want to see something real quick because maybe I'm gonna check out a couple things to see because you said A tier. I'm gonna say high B, like say like Lawbringer tier. Let me try some real quick. Yeah, you can't you don't have enough time to get across to it.
I don't think you can do anything with it besides unless the guy tries to dodge, and I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause, like you have enough time to block it. That's like you really can't get anything off of that. But I do agree, his kit is very solid. I think his kit is better than Raider's. In terms of damage, he isn't as good as Raider, but he does have way better solid kit. I'll agree with you. I'll put him at a crispy A tier, but I'm gonna put him like behind Shigoki because while yeah he does have those lights, Shigoki would just ass clap him because his Shigoki just hit you on the side of the head while you're doing a dash.
He's got hyper armor, he's got a nice dash, he's got multiple dashes, the up dash, the forward dash,
the palm strike,
the side heavy dash, the left dash, or the light dash. And the mix-ups that you can do after those are good. He's got hyper armor, he's a Vanguard, you know, Vanguards are always been good.
Yeah, true. He has Vanguard health and
nice
Vanguard
goatee.
damage.
You know, in my opinion, I think he's a very solid character, and I put him at A tier.
I agree, I'll put him at A tier. Alright, we're gonna go to JJ. Jun.
Dude, if you can play JJ, bro, if you're talking about potential, JJ is S tier.
I do agree he has a lot of potential. I think the one thing that holds back his character is the fact that his neutral game is very weak. He has to rely solely on you reacting to him. If you try to attack him and he does that dodge and you aren't willing to, you know, block the heavy, he'll hit you with 22 damage, or he'll feint that heavy into a light attack, which is actually very predictable, light attack, because it always comes out on the opposite side of where he's dodging. And his kick only does 10 damage off of a light attack, but if he does get a wall splat, it does do 28 damage. I think maybe that JJ would be above Lawbringer in terms of what he can do, in terms of like kit design and what he has the potential for. I would think he probably has one of the best kits in the game, especially with the fact that he can gain all of his stamina back from just doing the hidden stance, and plus you can dodge stuff. But also, if you do tend to do it too much, you would just get guard broken and just get slapped on the top of the head from characters like Peacekeeper, Shinobi, Orochi, all those characters that are at the bottom of the tier. In reality, I do believe he's better than Lawbringer, Yorm, better than Gladiator. You know what the craziest thing is too about the interaction between Gladiator and JJ is that JJ can dodge his bash on reaction. So if he does his dash attack, JJ, and Gladiator does the bash will whiff and he'll hit you with the heavy.
What's up, Matt? You think Kensei's top Unbreakable is pretty scary, right?
I do think it's scary.
Now JJ's.
Now that one.
That's a scary fucking Unbreakable.
That's a scary Unbreakable, yeah. It is pretty scary. And plus it does.
He's also got a very good zone. He's got a good, solid dash.
He's got a good zone. He also has a good zone out of out of the hidden stance too, but they also come out like in different sides. Like if you know the matchup, you'll easily be able to deal with it. If you don't, then you're just gonna get clapped. Also, I don't think you know this.
If you wanna play some in A tier, I think that it's a solid placement.
I'm wanting to put him at above Lawbringer, like B tier, because I do believe Tiandi could.
B tier? Whoa!
No. High B.
No. He's A tier. I think he's S tier. I'm willing to compromise and say he's A tier. I was
gonna get to the fact that if he does get a heavy parry, he drains half your stamina.
Let's not talk about the whole Let's talk about the hidden stance that also does stamina. That's really fucking good.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna put him up in A tier. I'm gonna put him up there real quick. Oops. I have managed to put him down in C tier apparently by accident. Alright, there we go. JJ is in A tier. I would have been low A tier, but he does have a lot of things in his kit that make him better than the rest of the cast, in my opinion. Alright, Nuxia. C tier.
D tier.
Low C tier.
D tier.
I'm gonna say she's C tier. I've played with her for a good solid
You know she's trash.
I played her for a good solid 3 weeks before I stopped playing this game on a daily basis. And I'm gonna say this right now. She has a very, very good her chains are pretty damn good. One, any heavy she throws can be put into the trap, and if people are willing to, try to, not deal with the trap and try to put their guard in a different area, you could feint that heavy and get a guard break, and if people don't know that matchup, they can get clapped easily. But the funniest part about it is that they can just emote when you're throwing a heavy and your trap misses, guard break, heavy damage immediately. I do believe that she is not that solid. I don't believe she's in D tier compared to someone like Nobushi, PK, and Shinobi, who those 3 characters alone have to solely rely on gimmicky BS, like Nobushi with her kicks and PK with her enhanced lights on block.
Let me just say that Nuxia's character design is one of my favorites.
I do agree.
I love her weapons. I love her.
I think the Tiger Hood claws are probably the coolest looking Chinese weaponry ever.
I don't know, the bow staff's pretty cool. It's pretty simple and I love it.
It's simple and it's very effective. I think the Tiger Claws just have a lot of potential. They look really cool. But in terms of Nuxia, I do believe that she is bottom 5, but she does have some things going for her, unlike characters like Aramusha, unlike characters like PK and Shinobi and Nobushi. I'm going to put her above Aramusha because of what happened to him in this new CCU update. But he's down there. He's pretty much down there. Or she's pretty much down there. Shaolin. He's a weird one. He's a weird one to place.
He's hard.
Because he
I've
has...
made Shaolin a little bit.
He has the weirdest... He's going to be the weirdest person to place on the tier list because, 1, he has a lot of options. 2, he is very, very solid and quick. And 3, he's very, very good, especially with the damage on his. He's a hybrid, so he has hybrid damage, and he's like an assassin too. So he has a deflect. He has 2 hidden stances. He has very, very fast lights into confirmable damage of 18 on 3 hits on a light. Overall, I think honestly, I'm gonna put him above Lawbringer. That's where I'm gonna place him at. I'm gonna put him above. Yeah, I'm gonna put him at the highest of B tier.
Okay, it's fine. I agree.
I'm up there. Oh, boom. And the last character, Jianhu. I think he's C tier.
I'm gonna say low B tier.
I think he's C tier. Here's my argument behind that. His unblockable lights are so slow. They are super slow.
Let me tell you right now, the dude's trash.
He is trash.
You want to put him? I would agree with C tier, but I think he's low B. I put him in B.
But I think the biggest thing with him is the fact that he has very, very good offense, but his offense is very easily neutered by the fact that you have to deal with his heavy attack mix-up, and then you also have a light mix-up that gives you a free heavy. Plus the light is 550 milliseconds too. It is slower than normal lights in the CCU update. And I believe that maybe the CCU update did make him better. He didn't really gain much of a benefit from it. I'd put him above Conqueror, and I'll put him above Sakura. I don't believe he's better than Kensei. how's your thoughts about that?
He's pretty ass. Is he better than Kensei? That's a good question. Kensei is pretty hot garbage as well. And, yeah, I think he's better than Kensei.
You do think he's better than Kensei?
Yes.
Can Kensei dodge his zone attack? Like do the sidestep from the zone, or is the undodgeable properties actually make him get hit by it?
I don't know. The game's changed. You can't really dodge a lot of things now.
Well, I mean, yeah, but the undodgeable
get hit a
property
lot
is
more.
really weird. Like, cause the zone attack, I don't know if you remember, is that it's undodgeable, and
Yeah.
I don't know if that hits or not, cause his sidestep
might.
is really weird. He's a little bit of a tricky one. I'm gonna head and put him at high C, very high C. I'm gonna put him above Kensei, like at the top of C. Alright, we got our characters placed. Alright, let's go through a rundown
Send me a screenshot.
of the best characters. Alright, let me send you this real quick. Boom, boom. Oh. There we go. Sending the screenshot to you.
VIP. Drinks on me.
I think that a lot of these characters in this game deserve reworks. You want to know who I think deserves a rework? Fucking Shinobi. Where's the rework for Shinobi, Yubi? Where is it? Tell me. I need to know. Tell me. Did you put it? Is it cooking up in the back? Okay, I hope
How did you do that?
How did I do what?
View community rank alignment chart. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Alright, SD tier, yes. Yes! Yes! S
Now-
tier. I'll allow it. Where's Berserker?
Berserker is right in front of
Put
Shigoki.
that motherfucker in S tier.
I might have to disagree with that.
It's pretty rude. I let you put Warmonger up in there.
I'd let you
And
put Warden.
is
I
not
let you
S
put.
tier.
I let you put Warden up in. You said that Warden was S tier. You said Warden was
Warden
S
is
tier.
A tier, bro. The only thing I said about Warden was that he could stand up to Berserker, not.
Well, if he could stand up to
S tier.
Berserker, then that means that
No, he
Berserker.
could stand up to him, not beat him.
Wait,
or
wait.
Better than.
So you're telling me that Highlander cannot beat a Berserker?
I'm not saying that. I'm
No,
just
because
saying
you putting him in
mix-up
C.
wise, damage wise, they're
If
like
you putting
really good matchup.
you putting Berserker in S tier means that he is better than characters like Warlord. He's better than characters
Yep.
than Highlander, which Highlander has let's also not forget this part, has a literal like if his heavy range is very far, and if Berserker tries to do any of his gimmicks, all Highlander has to fucking do is just throw a heavy and just slaps in the back
You
of the head.
forget that with Berserker being an assassin with hyper armor, mix-ups, damage, and speed, he's also got a deflect, and his deflect is one of the best because you get a guard break and a free heavy.
But it's 24 damage on the free heavy. It's nothing to
That's a pretty
scoff
crisp
at.
damage nowadays. 24
Well,
damage is nothing to be.
If Berserker had confirmable, if Berserker had like
I
a
would move
deflect,
Warden and put Berserker in S tier. Warden's not S tier.
I don't. You see, like I don't see like the correlation because one of like. While yes, Berserker does have deflex, he's an assassin. He has assassin level health. He has assassin level damage. He also does have those hyper armor, but he also has some issues with like his mix-up game, in my opinion. Like it's the same way with like why Shaman is in B tier, because her mix-up game from getting like a heavy or fainting a heavy is what, a light, and you just start getting your chain and offense going.
It doesn't sound like you're gonna put him in S tier, so
I-
we're gonna
it-
stop here.
Well, yeah, that's like
Centurion A tier. I don't like Shaolin's placement. I think he should be lower.
where do you think you should be at? Above Jormungandr?
Nah, he's actually solid. Nah, I'd put him in pretty low B tier.
Why is that?
I would put I would swap Shaolin and Valkyrie actually.
Ooh, I don't agree with that at all. Actually, I would agree with
Valkyrie's
Valkyrie. I would
very good.
agree with Valkyrie being placed higher. I do not believe she's better than Shaolin, in my opinion.
I do.
Because Shaolin and Valkyrie's deflex, let's not forget that Valkyrie does have deflex. Her deflex are shit right now. They're really bad. You wouldn't want to go for them at all. They're practically bad.
Bro.
They are. She does nothing on damage. She practically, like, you remember how Shinobi does like 12 damage on a deflect, and like 6 extra damage from bleed? That's how much Valkyrie does on a deflect.
No freaking way, dude. They made goulash.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh, how do you open this? Is this childproof?
Maybe.
Oh. With brute force.
How do you feel about my placement with Black Prior and Gladiator?
Give me 1 second, please. That is good. That's good shit right there. Now that is some goulash.
No, that's a tasty
If I do say so
burger.
myself. Let me put this on a plate.
That is
It
a
just went up
tasty
my nose.
burger. Yikes.
Oh, you hear that? That's what good pussy sounds like. Shut the hell up.
Okay.
You hear that?
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Okay, go back to the tier list. I want to keep seeing what I can change on here.
Hold on, let me put this in the microwave. Who? Lawbringer?
I said, what do you feel about my placement with Black Prior and Gladiator? Do you think Black Prior... I personally am thinking to myself right now, I think that Black Prior could beat Gladiator in many situations, like his counter. Because his bashes could get countered, his lights can get countered. Practically any situation where Gladiator tries to go for a dash attack or a dash bash. I'm gonna call it dash bashes. He'll just get flipped and get hit for 22 damage, 20 damage. That's why I'm thinking that maybe I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna put Black Prior in front of Gladiator. And you said you think Valkyrie belongs in top B?
Mm-hmm.
Why? I understand you were a Valkyrie man at one point, but she has really fallen off far. Have you played her recently?
Yeah, I just got done playing her.
Oh. Did you do that sweep at all? How much damage are you
The
getting?
sweep's very easy to use.
Well, I know that.
You can do the sweep after a light.
I know
If
what I
you
mean.
Heavy, here's what gets everyone. If you heavy and they end up blocking it,
They don't go expect to sweep.
You can sweep and no one expects it, so you're gonna get the sweep no matter what.
I'm asking how much damage did you see it do? Because it used to do 28 damage. Now I think it does 22 or 20 damage. They really neutered they really neutered her.
But you gotta understand about the damage thing.
The damage did get nerfed. What I'm trying to say is that she isn't as scary as someone like Shaolin, where if he does do anything that he does, if he catches you dashing while he's in his hidden stance, he'll just fucking hit you with the undodgeable. If you try to throw out an attack against him and he catches you off guard, he'll hit you with the crushing counter and do 30 damage. Like, he has a lot of tools that Valkyrie just does not have.
Valkyrie has a crushing counter.
I know she has a crushing counter, but it doesn't do anything. It's shit.
She's got a crushing counter and a deflect.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Her crushing counter deflect are bad. They're not.
They're really good. A
No.
crushing counter can't not be bad. She puts bleed and does a lot of damage.
Oh, okay. Let me go to her character real quick. let me show you. Let me tell you how much damage she does off a deflect or a crushing counter. Because they made her bleed. They made her bleed like do 3 ticks instead of 4. And they also took away a lot of her what's it called? They took away like I believe they took away like at least 4 points of damage from it too. It used to do 22, now it does like 18. I need to look at it real quick. Let me get the character to do it heavy.
Are out of coffee.
Let me get him to do
I put way too much goulash on this plate.
let me see him do a light attack or heavy attack.
Nice
Say.
whistle.
Alright, I have not played Valkyrie in quite a bit of time. Her crush.
Do the light.
I'd said do it heavy.
Okay.
Okay, her light crushing counter does 18 damage. Does 18 damage, and I think every other character's crushing counters does at least above 20.
Orochi's does 15. Unless you do the heavy, which
Wait, what?
is dodgeable.
I said crushing counter. Rich doesn't have a crushing
Oh,
counter.
I'm sorry. I thought you were doing the deflect.
No, I'm gonna do the deflect real quick. Oh, I missed it. Shit. It's heavy, right?
No, you gotta dodge.
I know you gotta dodge
Yeah,
into it. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. That's what I was doing. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. Yeah, it looks like a crispy 24 damage. So it's just practically a. Yeah, I'll place her higher. I don't believe she's better than Shaolin. I'm gonna place her like around where. I'm gonna place her above Gladiator. That's where I'm gonna place her at. Cause, while yeah, she does have a lot of good mix-ups and stuff like that. She does have some issues with her kit, especially her sweep. Her sweep's easy to dodge. Like if you're just expecting the sweep to come out, you just dodge it. It ain't fucking. While yes, you did say people did get caught off guard by the heavy thing, that's like a niche thing. If you learn that she'll do that, you could just dodge it. Alright, so on your screen or on your phone, I placed Gladiator and Valkyrie, or I placed Vortiger and fucking.
Why have I not been watching your stream, bro?
I placed Black Prior and I placed Valkyrie above Gladiator. I put Gladiator at low B, right next to Shaman and Raider. Raider is at the very low B.
Oh,
And
I
then-
can't see your tier list. I'm fucking retarded.
Yeah, you have a picture of it. And with just some
Changes
very, yeah, very minor changes though. It's just practically with B tier and they're in the
Did
placements
you
I
take
play with
Warden
them.
out of S?
No, I did not.
Bro, Warden is not S tier.
He is S tier in my opinion. While he's not as good as Warmonger, I do think he's S tier. Look, if you want Berserker up there so bad, boom, there's Berserker. Berserker's in S tier.
No, move Warden.
Come on, we can't have too many compromises here. I
I
don't.
only have one.
The one issue you have with this tier list right now is Warden's placement because you think he's shittier than.
No, I
Berserker.
don't have a problem with Warden as much as I have a problem with Warmonger.
I do think Warmonger is the literal best character in the game. I can ask like a random person, like in the community Discord, and ask, do you guys think that Warmonger is the best character in the game? A lot of people will agree with me.
We should
was like,
ask Dom.
well, Dom does not play this game, and plus Dom hates fighting Shinobi because he gets kicked in the face with a roundhouse.
Such
when
an
he's
easy, dodgeable move.
Yeah, because he's fucking shite.
Okay. It's a little rude.
I mean, that's just me just being serious here. Alright. I think it's a solid tier list. I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
There's a couple kinks here and there that people will say like, you know, that's just opinion based. I think
Yeah, that's
this,
what it is. It's all
yeah. I'm gonna save this. Alright, boom, boom, boom. Alright. From top to bottom, we have Warmonger, we have Warden, we have Berserker, and from A tier, we have Centurion, Highlander, Warlord, Shigoki, Tiandi, Janjun. From B tier, Shaolin, Lawbringer, Jormungandr, Blackprior, Valkyrie, Gladiator, Shaman, Raider. C tier, we have Janhu, Kensei, Hitokiri, Conqueror, Orochi, Nuxia, Aramusha. From D tier, the last 3 characters, Nobushi, Peacekeeper, and Shinobi. That is our definitive tier list of the characters in this game at the very moment.
Can we put Aramusha where Orochi is? And
What?
Orochi where Aramusha is?
Do you believe that their tiers should be, or they should be swapped?
Yeah.
I'll
I think
compromise with
Orochi's
that.
really bad.
He is pretty bad. I think that unblockable did practically nothing for him.
It really did. Nobody uses it. There's only
Yeah.
one thing to do with it. Faint it into a card break.
People that main Orochi don't even try to go for the top unblockable mix-up. I see them try to do side heavy finisher sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck? You have a top heavy finisher now. It's unblockable. Why don't you use that for mix-ups? And they get clapped, and it's just like, oh man, my character is shit.
It is shit.
It is shit.
It
Yeah,
is shit.
like his character is crap. It is a bad character.
Yeah. I put way too much goulash on my plate.
All right. I'm going to. There's gonna be a definitive tier list. I'm gonna place it in my Discord. And all right, that's it. Closing the stream now.